Alright, Bonehawks, this video is all about Mortal Kombat 1, and I just want to say thank you to everyone that chooses to watch this channel. I know there's lots of Mortal Kombat content out there that you could be enjoying, and I really do appreciate that you're here watching me. And yeah, I took a little bit of break from content creation just for a little bit, just to avoid some burnout and stuff on my part, but I'm back now, and I wanted to start with my thoughts and opinions on Mortal Kombat 1. Because I get asked about it on streams all the time, and I get asked in the comments on like, what do you think of this game, and blah 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 blah. So I'm going to break it down on my thoughts on all parts of Mortal Kombat 1, where I think it's going, specifically what I think of Quan Chi, and yeah, hopefully you find this interesting. It's just me chatting, just chatting away. So let's get into it.
Accept your death.
So I want to talk first about the gameplay. So the gameplay is actually what keeps me playing this game every single day. It is really, really fun. I really like it. The cameos add some very nice creativity and outlets and that kind of thing. I think the cameo system is a great addition to Mortal Kombat. I think, you know, it's having an assist-based Mortal Kombat fighter and just having a way to have like as many characters as you can in one game in one way or another. I think that's just a super cool idea. Where my main gripes happen with the gameplay is that some of the cameos and the character matchups just feel very boring. Like, for example, like Raiden, for right now at least, is just kind of one giant block string, in one giant hit confirmable block string, like he has literally everything. So this kind of just gets dry to fight against. Johnny Cage is a similar idea, so it's just like, you know, like now that the Lao hat meta is gone and like we're seeing a little bit more creativity in fighters, I like that. I like that Kung Lao hat isn't just the only thing that we see anymore. But there are still some cameos and pairings that I think are kind of bland and could probably be mixed up. They're kind of only played in one certain way. But then Chameleon came out and completely flipped that on its head, and there's so many things that she can do. She looks like a really, really entertaining cameo. Not one that I'm particularly going to use. Maybe mess around with a few things with Quan Chi with it, but overall, just looks like a fantastic cameo. So, yeah, the gameplay, top-notch. Balance is still kind of getting there, I think, but balance is probably always going to be an issue in one way or another. But yeah, that being said, speaking of that, before we go into a different topic, let's talk Quan Chi real quick here. So my opinion on Quan Chi overall, and it took me a while to get here. You know, I'm usually an up player when it comes to my characters, but I don't think he's very good. I don't think he's... I think he could be in the discussion for the worst character in the game, but I wouldn't really... I don't know. That doesn't really mean a lot in this game because I see every single character kind of be used. So I don't think that like being the worst character means that you're completely unviable and that you know, you don't have a place in the game. I don't think there's a single character you could say that about. But I don't... Quan Chi just doesn't feel complete to me. Like, it makes it very obvious to me that they wanted him to be a zoner, which makes sense. Standing 4 is a good like counter zoning tool. It counters the Sub-Zero cameo. It counters Motaro. So it kind of allows him to skirt the game's anti-zoning a little bit. But his zoning just isn't strong enough. When you have characters like Johnny Cage who can just shadow kick their way in for free, or Raiden who can just teleport, you know? Things like that. I just feel like he needs a little bit more pushback on his projectiles. And don't get me wrong, he's slow up close, but I really don't care. Like, I'm totally fine with being the character that's like glass cannon. That's how I played Quan Chi and MKX, you know. It's just as soon as somebody gets on it, you just gotta block for a bit and try and find the right way out. But in that game, his zoning was viable enough that it made up for that. So I think they really need to increase his zoning opportunities, make something, because yeah, like I said, it's very clear to me that they wanted him to be the zoning archetype character, but he's just not strong enough in that department to actually do that. So until that gets addressed or fixed, we'll see what NRS wants to do. They might just completely change that and make him, I don't know, give him a command grab or something. I don't think they'll do that. But for now, I just don't think Quan Chi's very strong. I think he struggles, and there's very few cameos that can kind of help him out and play in a totally unique type of way. So that's my honest review of Quan Chi in the moment. So That being said, so we've touched on gameplay, a little bit about balance, Quan Chi. Let's talk about the game modes a bit. Invasions. This mode sucks. I hate this mode so much. It is very annoying. It's very grindy. There's a couple quality of life things I think they could add in. One would be like an overall like map, so I could see where the hell I'm going and not just running around hoping that I find where I'm going to go. That would be nice. But overall, it's just not very fun. Like, it's either really, really easy or fucking impossible. Like, the survive nodes, although in Season 1, I will say they were way, way, way too easy. Season 2, they were ridiculously hard, or you just had to wait for, like, some RNG to happen. You just get the right little pattern so that you can pass it. It doesn't really feel like I get rewarded for successfully dodging things or whatever. So, not a huge fan of this game mode. I'm gonna say it does feel like a grind and a chore to really get through this and unlock the stuff. And half the stuff you get in here isn't really that great anyways. See, look at that. Literally turned it in and I get an ambush in like 2 seconds. I'm gonna do this fight on record here just because. Why only Scorpion? See, I'm stuck. You know, never mind. Never mind. I have never once used Scorpion in Invasions. And then it's just like, hey, you were Scorpion and Kano, weren't you? No. No, I wasn't. Why do you do this? And things like that are my gripe with the game currently as it stands. It's just buggy, it's glitchy, just things don't work. Obviously, there's a desync mode in Combat League, so moving from Invasions to Combat League, like, Combat League is the same old classic thing that it was in MK11, where you go through the tiers and you get the rewards and yada yada yada, just with worse connections. Sometimes you can't even finish matches, and it's always on the good matches too. You know, like it'll be 1-1, you know, really close games, and then desync, and it's like, ah. It is nice that it being so common though, everyone just knows that that's what's happened. They don't think there's a rage quitting involved or anything like that, I don't think. But yeah, Combat League is just... If it wasn't for desyncs, that would be fantastic. I would enjoy it a lot more. And then, from there, talking about game modes, it's like it. Casual one-on-one, private one-on-one, King of the Hill. That's it. That's really it. There's nothing to this game. It really feels kind of like Fortnite-ish, where they release their super duper bare bones model and then they just plan to add on to it as time goes on, and then eventually maybe becomes a good game at some point in time. But yeah, right now there's just one thing that really hinders me, and I really hope this is coming with the crossplay update, is there's no online practice mode. No online practice mode here. That is so hard. When I'm doing lessons, one-on-one lessons with people, and I'm trying to teach them things, it would be so nice to go into online practice mode and just kind of show them things, rather than saying like, okay, now you go to practice mode, I'll go to practice mode, and we'll do our own thing, you know? That is one of the things that I use the most. And I'm not really sure why they omitted this, if they're having issues with their new platform or whatnot, but that's just so many staples of normal Mortal Kombat that are missing from this game. It really, really hurt it, in my opinion. Online rooms, like just having lobbies and stuff, like I was so looking forward to starting up like a little league, having a league. I'm probably still going to do it. I'm just going to wait until the crossplay patch hits in February. Hopefully they have lobbies out then, because it just makes it a lot easier to host these things. But yeah, I was really hoping to do something like that right off the bat, but then when I saw that people were saying they were struggling trying to figure out how to host these things, I was like, yeah, maybe I'll just wait on that, you know? So it's just weird things like that in an unfinished game. Just, they had a long time to get this thing going, but there are rumors it started as Injustice and then switched to Mortal Kombat 1, like halfway through. Don't tell me that Reptile is Killer Croc. Like, come on now. Come on now. So in closing, I just want to say that in general, I don't think this is a good game. It is so niche to just playing it online. And like I said, I have a lot of fun playing this game. I love the gameplay. It's fantastic. It keeps me entertained. Why I keep playing it every day. And I'm somebody that does enjoy playing online. So this game definitely caters to me. Single player experience, there's really nothing to do. Like, there's invasions, then you finish that, and then you could do towers or something like that. Just overall, it's not a great look. Not a great look. And I can't help but think that a lot of it is WB's oversight, because I know that NetherRealm Studios really does care about the games and the community and all that kind of stuff. So I just feel like, you know, Daddy WB is looking down and saying, no, you need to do this, this, and this. This is a platform. We need to make money, blah, 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 blah. And, yeah, it's been disheartening to see some of the guys like Ed Boon and whatnot just be so quiet, because when they used to speak up and promote the community and stuff, which they still do a little bit, but definitely not as much as with previous games, it makes me sad. It makes me sad because I love this franchise. It's important to me, and I want to see it succeed. I hope that eventually it grows into what it was initially supposed to be. I'm hoping that the crossplay patch in February brings a lot of other quality of life stuff with it, and this was just like a 6-month dark period that we can forget about and move forward, and yes, we got our game, let's go. But I'm not very optimistic about that. That's all I'll say. So if you wanted an official rating, you know, like a numbered, I'd probably give it a 4 out of 10. And all 4 of that is just the gameplay. So that's it. That's all. I just wanted to give my thoughts on the game because I've been kind of keeping them to myself for a while, and just wanted to really make sure that's how I felt before I put that out into the world. But yeah, I'm very disappointed that this is the game that we got. But hopeful and optimistic that it will turn into the game that we wanted. That being said, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, because it really helps me out, and subscribe if you haven't, because I make new videos almost every single day. Hashtag Bonehawks, all that stuff, and we'll see all you Bonehawks in the next video.
Accept your death.